So, hey babe, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you, baby?
I'm good. So I just want to let you know,
You can tell me.
yeah, it's been a month, and some days, and for some reason I didn't get my cycle or whatever, and
Right.
there's a possibility that I may be pregnant.
Okay. Do you think we're like ready for that? Is that like
I mean,
you trying? Is that
I really want to keep it,
Oh.
so I think we are ready.
how do you think like my family's gonna take that though? I mean, like they don't even know that we're dating. So what?
So you didn't tell them that we were dating all this time?
We haven't really gotten to that point yet, but I mean, we're going to. But now, like with this, and is this something you think we should keep?
So you're ashamed of me?
It's not ashamed of you, baby. It's just.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Babe, I love you.
I actually I got the divorce papers, and I would really like it if you could sign them. Like,
Divorce
soon.
papers?
Yeah.
You want to leave me?
Yeah.
I've been putting in application after application.
Like, all of the money that I saved before I met you is gone because I'm supporting both of us. So
listen, when
it's
we
just-
actually read our vows to one another, it was through thick or thin.
Okay, well, it's real thin, so I'm sorry.
So guys, about 40% of new marriages are people that are getting married to a partner that has been married before and divorced. So do you guys feel like that's something like maybe people are just, it's not even a big deal anymore? It seems like the divorce is just, it's not a stigma, it's not anything. People just look at it and just kind of move on.
I mean, being married and then getting a divorce is kind of like getting your cherry pop.
What?
It's not a big deal. It's like you've been through an experience and you know how to
okay.
handle it the second go around. So, I mean.
You're saying you get better from
You get better every
more
time,
marriages, the better you become?
But generally, those people that are
That's
getting
not-
married over and over
Yeah, they're
again,
pretty bad.
No, really.
Generally,
People-
they're pretty bad at it.
they're pretty bad at it, or they're people who have wealth within their life. You know, they're running a major business, so they don't have time to give their all to their family or their wife.
Yeah.
I mean, it's understandable. It's been going on, throughout time.
Has anyone been close to marriage in any way? Like about to get married or thought about marrying someone and then...
I thought about marrying somebody, but I going back to what I was saying before about being established, I didn't feel like I was established enough in my own self, and I didn't feel like I was going to be a good wife, essentially. I didn't feel like I was going to give enough of myself to our...
You just weren't ready.
As a unit. Yeah, I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it, comes down to.
So what did you end up telling your partner?
I mean, it was pretty clear. I think it was pretty, and it was heartbreaking for both of us, but I think, he, as much as he wanted it to be, there was no way he was going to just snap his fingers and I was going to be ready. So
Yeah, just to piggyback off what Marin was saying, like, I was proposed to, and I said no.
What the hell?
Because, like, you don't have...
That's big.
You don't have any assets.
Revelation.
You don't have a job.
Who's that mad
You don't have
man?
a house. You don't have a car. Why am I gonna marry you and you don't have these things? And that was the end of our
He had
relationship.
love,
and
though.
Yeah. Love
I
is all
need
you
more.
need.
He had
You
love.
have to bring something more to the table. I need to be secure.
I have gotten to the point in a few relationships where I felt like the pressure was applied to me. I wasn't ready either. I knew I wasn't ready. I thought this person could be a person maybe down the road, but I felt like they were ready. And that relationship was ended around that time because I knew I wasn't ready and I knew they needed that in their life. And 3 or 4 of my relationships have ended, and within a year, that person's engaged. So I'm looking at it like I know they were ready.
about you.
That says something about me, but also, I mean,
it just means they weren't on the same page.
we just weren't on the same page.
But
what happened with mine.
why
men-
aren't you ready, Clay?
men
And it's like, and
usually
if you
don't
love
wanna get
something, let it
married,
go.
though.
If I,
Yeah, I just feel like, why aren't you ready? You have a job. You have a nice place.
I'm getting there.
But see, that's
But
the
you're
thing. But that's my
ready.
He
problem.
also,
in your
You're
mind,
there.
he also
That's
has
my
a
problem.
life
You're
he
an
wants to
asset.
live. He also has a
Or
life
maybe
he wants to
hasn't
live.
actually found the right person
So what do you
Goals,
guys
There we
dreams.
go.
What do
We
you guys
talk about
think
the
about the
people out
reproductive
there.
clock though? Like y'all wait till the end of the lifetime
Listen.
to get married.
y'all
Meanwhile,
wonder why
her
y'all
eggs
children
are
are
rotting in
autistic.
her
Hey,
ovaries.
You sound
listen
real
now, listen
Her
now.
eggs are rotting
Listen
in her
now,
ovaries.
listen now. You guys are able to freeze sperm nowadays, so I mean,
Whoa.
technology has been able to
Yeah, but
be
you
an
still have
asset
to
for you
carry
all.
the baby.
It's
You
definitely a
can't bounce
double
back
standard.
when you're like 40. You
There's
can't
definitely a
bounce
double
back.
standard on that. I mean,
There
we've
is,
got
and
the,
you
we've
guys
got the
need to
good side of
consider
that,
that.
like we do on a lot of
Basically,
things.
so I mean, we can't really agree or side with you guys on that. It's like
I agree with you because we do have it better on that.
Oh,
We got it better. We don't
I
have to
mean, it
do
is
the
what it is. They
childbirth
can have-
thing. Why are y'all trying to put people in a box though? Look, you're ready when you're ready. Some dudes, I got tons of. I'm from the South.
You know
a
what
lot
it
of my
is?
friends
it's
are married.
leverage. It's all about leverage, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because
That's
back in the day,
exactly. That's a
when
bogus
women
way
had
to have a
to
relationship.
outhold the cookie and waited till she was a virgin to get married, y'all was
Yeah.
quick to get married then.
Yo,
Whoop-de-doop-de-doo.
that's because-
I'm ready to get married.
that's because we knew
but
what
now
women-
that
Other
is not
factors have
there,
changed.
and I think that's
so
the
many
reason
other
why.
factors have changed because of more than just the cookie.
Listen,
like there's a lot of societal factors
what
that
are
have
the other
changed in these
factors?
people.
Listen.
It's like we talked about earlier. Monetary factors, being able to establish your life. The world is smaller and smaller. I see the world personally. I'm from a small town. I didn't know this big world existed. I can access any corner of the world on an airplane, anywhere I want to go, meet new people, see all these things. Not that you can't
get
do
it.
that with a wife, but I just haven't gotten to the point where I'm quite at that point. And like he said, I feel like if I would have met the right person, they say you know when you know. Well, what are we supposed to do? Just get married?
So is it still worth it then, guys?
I mean, yeah, if you find the right person.
I believe in marriage. I
I
believe
do.
in love. I
But-
really do. I do.
Listen, man, it's about
You
marriage. It's
don't.
not about the engagement. And I think a lot of females just have that in their head. It's more so about the ring, the proposal, the
Yeah.
engagement, as opposed to the
Yeah.
actual
Yeah.
marriage.
You
The
gotta
long
come with a
span.
nice
You feel what I'm
ring.
saying?
Don't buy me no cheap ring.
And that
You shouldn't even have a ring,
You
man.
shouldn't even
that was
worry
built. That
about
was built
it.
off the diamond
the
industry.
leverage
Like,
is when the
you don't need no
leverage
ring.
falls away is not important. When the ring falls away is not important.
I'm
when
still
just
here.
being with
The
that
ring is
person is
important to
important.
me.
I think that's when you're ready to
I'm
get
important,
married.
not the
None
ring.
of that
The ring
stuff's
is
important.
No.
So
Love is
what do you
important.
guys say to like people who are maybe, I guess, less affluent? Because I feel like now marriage is an affluent act. Like rich people get married. I don't think poor people get married. That's just what I've seen. Or poorer people don't get married.
The,
So what do you,
the minority doesn't get married.
the,
That's what
minor,
you're
the
saying?
minorities and poor, which tend to overlap, does not get married.
We just reproduce.
I know a lot of poor white
Yeah.
people.
Reproduce. And do they get married?
They tend to get married more, I think. But that's in the South. It's harder to judge in the South because it's a bigger thing in the South to settle down and get married. Like I don't know what it is, but it's definitely ingrained. Maybe it's the religion thing, but it's definitely ingrained
has a
in
lot to
those
do with it.
people to like have a
Be
partner
traditional.
and get married. And
traditional. Yeah.
some of those marriages aren't the best. There's abuse and things that go on.
Yeah.
So it's not like marriage is the end all be all, but they do tend to gravitate more towards that. So
Yeah. I mean, the reason why I brought that up because not marrying and also divorcing are more common among like less educated, lower income people, and then educated and higher income people tend to get married.
and stay married longer.
And stay married
is
longer.
one
And
thing
I-
that has to do with.
I don't know why.
I think it's stability, and honestly, I think a huge part of why people end up getting divorced comes down to something financial.
Of course.
I really do. That's
Definitely.
probably like.
Well, the less
not
problems, the
number one.
better, right? So when you're with that person, you're around them all the time. I mean, y'all got brothers and sisters. When you're around them all the time, what do? You pick.
Right.
All the little things really start getting on your nerves. Same thing with marriage. When you add financial, which puts a ton of stress, then you got like all kinds of sexual things going on. Maybe one person isn't on the same page with that. Maybe somebody wants more, somebody wants less. All these other factors come in. So the less problems you can have, the better.
No one here is married.
No.
The irony of it all. Is anyone?
Yeah.
Could have been married.
Okay, then what happened?
You was a hoe.
Got left at the altar. He got left at the
What
altar.
happened?
You know. I
No,
gotta-
tell us the story. People really want to know.
I mean, you know, I've
Come on.
had a love before, you know,
let love
and I've
out.
had thoughts of that, but you know, I was turned down, so.
Oh,
You
you
proposed?
tell us all of that.
Hey man, listen, man, you
What
know,
happened?
I'm a player. You feel what I'm saying?
How did,
So
you,
it's
how
like,
did you recover? Like when
it's
she
like-
said no, how
I
did
mean,
you
it's a-
recover?
You
Listen,
recover from
man.
that.
Yeah.
when a man, when a man puts down a female, I mean, it's just what it is. What it is. You know.
That's why you so bitter.
No, I'm not bitter at
why
all.
you're so
I'm
damn
enlightened.
bitter.
I'm
You're bitter
enlightened.
too, Naki.
I'm enlightened.
Yeah,
I feel like
I'm
both
not
of
I'm
I
bitter.
feel like both
enlightened.
y'all sound
You're
a
using the
little
wrong terminology. I'm enlightened. I'm out here dropping gems. You feel what I'm saying? I told Clayton earlier, I said men are actually more sensitive than females are. You feel what I'm saying? So imagine when you guys say no to a proposal.
That's because, yeah, but,
Imagine.
okay.
I think
Because all that leads up to a proposal, us being financially stable, us getting us out of us getting ourselves out of that hoe phase. You feel what I'm saying? It's like you guys expect all of this out of us, and we actually do it, and then you guys were to say no because you're not ready.
I do agree. Like sometimes what y'all want like everything,
Y'all want
and
the
then
world.
you get it and you don't want it anymore. And
Fickle.
I feel like a lot of women and possibly y'all too, by the things you've been saying out here, need to like what you think maybe men are by these movies or whatever you're reading or whatever is going on in y'all's heads. Because a lot of things you're saying, I'm sitting here like, that's how you generalize us
I think
all?
those are generalizations from the past.
Nice
It's
when
less
it's right.
about
When
that.
it's
It's
right,
just
it's
about
nice.
being you guys on the same page. You guys are best friends. I
Yeah.
think that's the key thing. Like when you're
Gotta be
best friends with your partner,
You got
like
to.
that
Best
makes
friends.
it last much longer. So I think, I think it's just more about that now and less about all that
And don't let the movies
stereotypical
dictate
stuff.
your psyche.
You got to have the base. You have to have the base of the friendship, the love, where none of the other things matter. When all those things melt off, I think that's when marriage comes into play.
Well, tonight we learned a lot about marriage, but unfortunately that is all the time we have. Be sure to check us out online and share your thoughts on marriage. And make sure to join us for our next episode. Thanks for watching. Until next time.
I could say that.
Okay, yeah. Can we move your green please?
I love you.
I know.
Change closer to the center.
Yeah, please. Come.
We took it down, I thought we seen it.
Watch.
Live and direct. We don't need a mic check.
You told me I was great. I gave you 7 good
You're not
years.
looking at a different girl. So.
Listen,
Like, it's more like I give you 7
I
years.
just thought we could spice up the bedroom a little bit.